Standoff in the capital, Wike, military officers clash over land dispute. Good evening. Our top story tonight takes us to the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, where a tense confrontation unfolded this afternoon between the FCT minister, Wike, and armed military personnel. The friction centered on a disputed parcel of land in the Gaduwa district, highlighting the deep-seated issues surrounding land administration and alleged impunity in the nation's capital. The scene of the conflict, the drama began when officials from the Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, specifically the Department of Development Control, arrived at Plot 1946 in Gaduwa with the intent to halt what they described as an unapproved and illegal development. According to the FCTA, the developers lacked the requisite building approval and valid title documents for the plot. However, their operation was met with stiff resistance by a group of uniformed naval officers stationed at the site. The situation escalated significantly with the arrival of Minister Wike himself, accompanied by the FCT Commissioner of Police and other senior officials. Eyewitness accounts and video footage from the scene depict a heated verbal exchange between the minister and the naval officer in charge, who reportedly barred Wike and his entourage from accessing the site. Minister Wike's firm stance. Visibly angered by the obstruction, Minister Wike was uncompromising in his position, describing the development as a brazen case of land grabbing that he vowed to resist. He challenged the officers to produce the legal documents, stating emphatically that no one, irrespective of their former position, is above the law. Despite the military intimidation, I will not succumb or allow this land grabbing. It's an illegality that must not stand, the minister declared at the site. He pointedly accused the individual behind the development, reportedly a retired senior naval officer, of using armed personnel to intimidate government officials and protect an unlawful structure. The minister questioned why a former high-ranking official would resort to force and not follow due process by approaching his office to resolve any land issues. The military's defense and allegations of revocation. The naval officer at the scene, while operating under direct orders, maintained that their actions were legitimate. He asserted that the land was legally acquired and that all related documents had been submitted to the relevant authorities for verification. This assertion, however, was quickly disputed by officials accompanying the minister. The conflict, according to sources familiar with the matter, is rooted in the FCT administration's renewed crackdown on illegal land transactions and encroachment on government reserves. Reports suggest the disputed 30-hectare land, which was allegedly allocated to military personnel, had been revoked by the FCT minister and reallocated to new beneficiaries. This counter-narrative introduces an element of complexity, suggesting the face-off is not merely about an unapproved structure, but potentially about a wider, high-stakes battle over land ownership in the capital. An issue of civilian authority versus military influence, this dramatic confrontation underscores a recurring and challenging theme in Nigerian governance: the tension between civilian administrative authority and the perceived influence of the military establishment. Minister Wike insists he is acting to restore the Abuja Master Plan and curb the lawlessness that has plagued land administration for years. Conversely, the deployment of armed soldiers to protect a private property, regardless of who owns it, raises serious questions about the professional conduct and neutrality of military personnel in civil matters. Minister Wike has confirmed that he is escalating the matter to the highest levels of the military command, stating he has contacted both the Chief of Defense Staff and the Chief of Naval Staff, who he claims have assured him that the situation would be resolved through proper channels. The incident serves as a stark reminder of the powerful interests often involved in land disputes within Abuja, and highlights the determination of the current FCT leadership to enforce compliance. Whether this particular standoff will lead to a permanent resolution of the underlying land tussle, or merely mark another flashpoint in the fight against impunity, remains to be seen. We will continue to monitor this developing story and bring you updates as they become available.